Okay, Niyak, Nihan, Niehi Hanihase, Nanat, Hinan 80. I just told you is, good morning, my name is Eagle Watching Over, and I'm Northern Arapaho. Today I'm going to be talking about my tribe, you know. I mean, I know everybody likes to jump around about other things, but it's a speech to inform, so I want to inform you about my tribe from Wyoming. Oh, okay, I'm going to start with, our history of the Arapaho people. We originate from down south, where originally they call homeland is in Oklahoma. But during the Sand Creek Massacre, after Custer and everybody came and kind of destroyed us, our two chiefs didn't really know where to go. You know, we started traveling, and we met up in Boulder, Colorado. Well, there in Boulder, Colorado, I don't really know the Southern Arapaho's chief because, you know, they're Southern now, but we're all one people. But the Southern and Northern Arapaho's, Chief Black Hole, he decided, you know, hey, I heard about this nice place up here, up north. It's fresh waters, fresh mountains, nice place to live, you know, nice place to hide out. But the other chief thought, you know, hey, I want to take my clan and go back down south. So that's how we ended up being Northern Arapaho and Southern Arapaho's. We have the same dialect, but have some similarities, but different, I don't know, dialects you would say. So we was one of the last tribes to get, I'm going to just say it, colonized. We resisted up till the last end. Then Chief Yellowcalf, he's Black Coal's grandson. Black Coal he was getting sick, so he'd go ahead and let Yellowcalf take over. And Yellowcalf, he's a peace and war chief. He didn't. If you wanted to fight, he'd fight you. You know, he wasn't afraid. But if you wanted to make peace, he'd be more than willing to talk to our old man and to go ahead and make peace with the other tribes. So there's another war chief I'm gonna bring up, but he's not part of our he's part of our reservation, but he's not part of our clan. He's part of the Eastern Shoshones. His name's Chief Washki. This is my wife's grandfather, great-great-grandfather. He and Chief Yellowcalf met up and they talked, and they were all like, all right, well, I know you need somewhere to stay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys have the valleys of the mountains while we have up here where the fresh waters, where the fresh pickings are. That's what Chief Washki told Chief Yellowcalf. So Yellowcalf, being the peacekeeper that he is, he's like, all right, well, I'm not going to go ahead and fight you. I'm going to go ahead and come here and stay with you on this reservation. So, in the midst of all that, Chief Washki was all like, he sold some of his mineral rights. Our reservation used to be twice as big as it is now, but we had no income coming in. So Chief Washki went ahead and took it upon himself to sell some of the mineral rights in the area of Thermopolis, all the way to the Wind River Canyons. And he didn't have to, but he said, go ahead, I'm going to let the Arapaho people take half of that money from that transaction. So that's how we started getting a per cap and all that. Then we ended up, then now there's kind of a setback in our tribes. A lot of people are trying to go back to the way it was before a reservation and all that, and people are trying to take it back to where our nations are divided. Where, for one instance, is back at home. I don't know if it's still going on, but you know how they have halls, like, how would you put it? Just places that have funerals and like functions at, birthday parties. Well, there's a rock hall in Fort Washington, Wyoming, and then on there it says only enrolled Eastern Shoshone members are allowed in the building. So they're trying to set us back. I just had to put that out there because, you know, there's still disputes between the two tribes, because the reason why we was put on that reservation was for us to cancel each other out. They just thought that natural selection would cause our tribes to kill each other off, and that piece of land would forever be there. We have gold on the reservation that they're not allowed to go pan for, that we ain't even allowed to pan for, that it's the earth, it's there for the earth, you know. Well, that's a little bit of the history of my Arapaho people. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to religions and beliefs. These religion and beliefs, you know, as a lot of you know, is these ain't written in paper, you know. We can't have no references or anything, you know. These are passed down from generation to generation, all these stories that we are told. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the creation story of, this is just one of the creation stories. Alright, God had 4 nations, the black, the reds, the whites, and the yellows. He asked the blacks, what do you want? He said, I want to be strong, you know, I want to be stronger than everybody else on this earth. So then he asked the yellows, what do you guys want? So the yellows responded, I want knowledge. I want to be smarter than anybody on this earth. Then he asked the whites, what do you want? I want bravery. I want to be able to go out there and conquer any other nation that there is. Then he came to the red people and he asked the red people, well, what do you guys want? And the red people said, we don't want nothing. We have everything. Everything here on this earth, it provides for us. We're no better than nobody else. So what Creator said that day was, you want to know what I'm going to give you? I'm going to give you that power of prayer. So he handed them that power of prayer. And that's why us as Native Americans, this doesn't just pertain as to my tribe, it pertains to all Native Americans, you know, that's why we have the sacred power of prayer, you know, that's why we have the strong power of prayer that allows us to speak to that higher power, for him to understand us in our own language. But that's what part of the original beliefs. But when we got colonized, we were forced into Christianity, so we convert that Christianity into our own beliefs. We mix the two in together, so they're not separated. So we have a better understanding of both. You know, we were forced into it, but we took it into its acceptance. We allowed them to come in and preach to God about us. But they also learn our religion. So the churches back at home, they throw on sweats and peyote meetings and everything, and they're all Native American there. But that's just a little bit of religion and beliefs. But we don't believe in God, we believe in how would you say it? I'm not supposed to say it, but we have an old man pipe we pray to. That's our Creator, that's where we came from. We came from the mud and the earth. That's how we were made. I'm going to go ahead and give you one more story before the end. There was a fox, a duck, and a bird. A fox, a duck, and a turtle. The fox was asked by the Creator, by Old Man Pipe, go down and grab this clay for me. He got halfway down there and he died. He couldn't make it back up. So he asked the duck, the water bird, can you go down and get this for me? He went down and got a little bit and came back up, but coming back up, he ran out of air and he died. So he asked the turtle, can you please go down there and get this clay? The turtle was able to hold the breath the whole time to the bottom, grab the clay, come back up, and give it to Old Man Pipe. And that's how us Arapaho people were created. I have to cut it short here, but this language, we have language preservation on our res, and it comes from both the University of Boulder, Colorado. We are one of the 5 tribes they selected to have an immersion program. And that immersion program allows us to have our children of the future to go ahead and preserve our language. I'm going to go ahead and cut it short and show you guys a couple videos. Alright, this is just recorded the other day. This is my niece right here. Oh, come on now. Alright, well, I guess I can't show you guys the videos today, but this man right here, this is my grandpa. His name is Leonard Moss. I was going to end it here with him because he said a prayer for you guys on the video. But this is my niece Rayleigh, and she's really proficient in speaking Arapaho. So I'm going to say ha ho. Thank you guys for listening to my speech.